Hi everyone, welcome to or back to episode 20 for She Who Hears. Before I get this episode started, I just noticed that I have 3 more subscribers on my channel, so thank you to you 3, whoever you are. I wish YouTube would let me see your names or something, but shout out to my additional 3 subscribers. Thank you guys for your support and your subscription. But for today's episode, I want to, as always, keep it short and sweet for you guys, but I will let the Holy Spirit do as He sees fit. And today I'm going to be reading from 1 Samuel chapter 10. This is when Samuel has anointed Saul to be king. And it's verses 22 through 24. So they inquired further of the Lord, "Has the man come here yet?" And the Lord said, "Yes, he has hidden himself among the supplies." And they ran and brought him out. And he stood among the people. He was a head taller than any of the others. Samuel said to all the people, "Do you see the man the Lord has chosen? There is no one like him among all the people." When I thought about when Samuel anointed Saul to be king and Saul hid himself from the people and God told everyone where he was, it reminded me of a series or a movie that I saw that was pretty similar. There was a king, queen, they had a kingdom and so forth. And the king that we see throughout the series or movie, he wasn't even the real king. The real king had hid himself from the people, because when you are a king in your situation, you not only become filled with more responsibility, but there's also danger involved with your title. And so the king built this mindset of, you can't kill me if you don't know who I really am. And so we see throughout the series, a trusted knight that the king selected has taken his place to be king. And the real king would give him instructions on how to handle things. He did his part as king behind the scenes. And many of us, including myself, have built a similar mindset. We think of your mind as a bunch of file cabinets. And everything you ever learned or thought was best is there. We've adopted this desire to hide. This hiding mindset is okay to us. The king that I mentioned, he had this desire to survive. This mindset to believe that if he stays hidden and nobody knows who he really is, then that will be fine. Everything will be okay. We and this king developed this thought of, you can't hurt me if you're clueless. You can't kill me if you don't know who I am or where I am. And so we try to stay hidden behind the scenes as much as we can, because like Saul, it settled in his mind that this new title that God called him to would require a lot of exposure. And so Saul felt this privilege, but this pressure that he really didn't even know what he was doing. There was no role model for him or a manual for him to be a king. And although he was open to the title, the position is dawning on him that it's bigger than what he thought it was. But God still told him basically that you can't hide from this. The king in the series I watched, he did reveal himself until it took a critical moment for him to realize that he couldn't hide anymore. The real king in the show got to see and hear who was really for him and who was against him while he was hidden, but he couldn't rule behind the scenes anymore. His constructed mindset had to be knocked down. Saul's mindset had to be knocked down and be set on a new foundation of what God wanted him to be for his people. There are many of us who want to stay behind the scenes because we think that's the best place to be. But God will use a situation or people to make you come out of hiding. And as you come out of hiding, you have to remember that God will strengthen you and preserve you and protect you from whatever tries to come against you. Your constructed mindset of what you expect and consider right or best for you may not be what God thinks is best for you. Because his thoughts are not our thoughts and his ways are not our ways. Our limited mindsets can't fathom what is best until we sit in God's presence and let him fill us with what he desires for us to see. And so we have to stay open-minded to that. God says he overcame the world for a reason. This world is not our home. And we have to shift our mindsets to be open to his mindset. Because if you focus too much on what is down here, you'll be distracted. Or you might get discouraged. So we have to think higher and bigger and look up to where our help comes from. Before I close this episode out, I want to, if you live in the Maryland area, or if you're near there or you don't mind the drive, I want to invite you to my church family where we reside in Clinton, Maryland. There's a gentleman that you probably see me post a lot in my YouTube shorts, Apostle Dane Flanagan. He is not only my stepfather, but he is my apostle, and he's a great one. My mother, the First Lady, she is amazing. They are a power team that I love who God put together. And my church family is just awesome. It's the place where life gets better for a reason. And I would love to invite you guys there if you ever want to come. And I will leave that with you all. Thank you.